Hey guys. Alright, well, welcome back to the last week in review. I just wanted to talk to you guys, in front of my current project. Let me show you my garage painting. I know it looks kind of plain, but that's the whole idea, is it's got to be pretty plain. Pretty plain, but look at that line. Look at that line. Well, I wanted to talk to you guys about this last week, which has been amazing. I mean, I looked at what was happening on the channel for the past 4 weeks, and it's grown like 2,000%. I'm like, you know what? That's something to celebrate. You know, we've got 500 subs, so thank you guys. Thanks a lot. Thanks for being interested, honestly. Having a classical dressage take on horse welfare and say, okay, these are some of the issues that we're dealing with. So, you know, the noseband one did pretty well. I was pretty happy with it. I'm trying to become more entertaining. And, you know, that's really difficult when you're an introvert, is becoming entertaining to a camera and trying to edit it that way. Thank you, art school, for teaching me how to edit video. But it's been a hot one today. You know, it was like 93 degrees. I went to go intending on riding my horse, Revan, outside of the arena for like the first time. But it was so hot. I'm like, I'm just gonna bring the poor kid in and just sponge bath him, because he hates the hose. He would be under more stress trying to hose him off than to actually just sponge him off, give him some hay, give him some water to access, and just sponge him off, which that's exactly what we did, and he had a good time. I had a good time. Until I treated his sunburn that he's been rubbing on his face. And he didn't like that. But that's why we waited that till the end. I put him back out in his field, and he just started rubbing his face on the ground. So, you know, horses. But yeah, I just wanted to go into that. I wanted to say, you know, the equestrian education playlist isn't always going to be that, you know, intense. Like, oh, you know, we're challenging the status quo all the time. You will always challenge the status quo, especially if it has to do with challenging a welfare issue. But there's going to be a few hot videos coming in. But I don't want to make this channel like, you know, an intense negative, like everyone's doing it wrong video channel. I want to be a balanced, educational, hopefully entertaining, if I can figure that out. And just to show everyone, this is where we take a stance, and this is how you can take a stance too. And we just need to be very educated about the things that we do these days. Because, you know, why not? We have so much science, we have so much, you know, like research in certain fields towards things. Why do we even, like, why do we not question the status quo that's been around for thousands of years, you know? Some things don't change. A lot of things do. So this coming week, we should be working on spurs, which is going to be a hot point for a lot of people, because some people like their spurs. They are a requirement. Thankfully, there are some companies which I will highlight, and I guarantee you I have not gotten any sponsorships yet. So none of the products that I mention in the Spurs video have been sponsored by anybody. So I have zero financial incentive to present those as a thing, but except for the fact that I kind of like the idea of them. I haven't really tested them out because I don't use Spurs, but you know, if I did show and I was required to wear a type of spur, I'd probably buy the thing that I would put on the video. So, who knows? Just like the bits, which will happen in next week. Yeah, the bits. I will show you my favorite bit company, something that I have not personally bought from, but I've seen them and I like them. But that's next week, so we'll go with that. What else? What else? That's the big one that I wanted to put out. Oh, I did want to say that we are going to start doing the fundamentals playlist. It's been kind of mulling around in my head. I filmed a series of videos with a friend of mine, and I've been intending on putting it into a course, but the idea of this course has been kind of getting knocked around for about 18 months. And 18 months ago, it would have been a really good idea. But now, courses are kind of becoming less of a thing. At least the like, you funnel them in, you do all this stuff with, a very short amount of time, and you do a launch and all of that. It is a big thing in the equestrian industry, but it's becoming less and less of a thing in the industries, and I'd rather be on the forefront of change in the equestrian industry than be like everybody else. So I am trying to figure out, like, okay, if I'm going to put a paid product together, what is it going to be? How much value is it going to deliver? How is it going to be different than everybody else's? And how can it be better? And how can I deliver you guys content on this channel that's relevant and something that is evergreen enough that you can go back to it, or if you're, because, well, yeah, just in general, that you can go back to it. But we're starting with very beginner content if you haven't figured this out, we will eventually go into more advanced content, but what I want to do is, like, lead people through from the very, very beginning content all the way through the advanced. For several different reasons, mostly because I don't want to just appeal to the, advanced dressage people without actually bringing in any kind of new dressage people that I would love to bring in that have good, I don't want to say morals, but that have good values and that are not kind of like brainwashed by the status quo right now. So that's part of it. The other part is the fact that, my horse, he's 5 years old. I'm not going to rush him with his training. Having you guys follow us through his training is actually really good because, a lot of you guys probably have young horses that you're starting and, some of them are 5 like he is, or maybe even a little bit older, and you might be discouraged. So that's one of the reasons why I'm putting his training up there, is just to document and to kind of help you guys along with the process and say, you know what, even if people are making funny comments or like negative comments and saying, oh, it's, you're ruining that horse by not speeding up his training. You're not. You're really not. Horses are extremely forgiving. There's a lot of mosquitoes here. But yeah, there will be more advanced content, I promise you, as things progress and go along. But I want to bring you along with me. And the more beginner content might be updated in the future, but right now, I kind of went on a rabbit trail right there, but we're going to be starting a new playlist based off of some of the things that I collected for what I intended to be a paid course, but I'm thinking I'm going to have a different process instead of a course. So I'm going to sell a process instead of course videos. So I'm going to have those course videos up here on YouTube for you to watch, and then I will sell the process on how to put all of the little pieces together. So it's a thing. But the fundamentals playlist is going to be up and added to within the next few weeks, and it will build and build and build. And then currently Revan is kind of like in the beginning / middle of his riding fundamentals, so that part of the playlist won't be up as quickly because it really depends on how long it takes for him to get there. So if you bear with me, yeah. But I just wanted to thank you guys and give you a little bit of an update and show you my Project Perfect line. You know, considering how imperfect my garage floor is, it's a pretty darn good line, in my opinion. I believe it. But I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Thank you. And have a wonderful time with your horse. And please be careful of the heat. It's too hot here in central Indiana. All right. Thank you guys and have a wonderful week. Bye-bye.